There's a reason that most people give up, and it's not because they aren't capable. It's because of this one thing that really, when I learned it, it changed everything in my life from business, personal, everything. And so today I want to teach it to you. Now, this is called the emotional cycle of change. It was developed by Don Kelly and Daryl Connor. Now, stick with me. So, here we have your emotional state. Can you see this? Emotional state, and this is time. Now, let me know if this sounds familiar. You have a new project or a new boyfriend or a new hobby or anything, and you start up here. And this is called informed optimism. Now, again, this is the fun part. This is when you say, I can't wait to get into real estate investing. I'm going to make $1 billion. I'm going to retire my family and retire myself in the next 2 years. Or I can't wait to be dating this new person. I love them so much. Or I am starting to go to the gym and I'm going to lose all this weight and it's going to be so great and it's going to be so fun and I'm going to look so good and all of these things. Now, this is the fun part. I'm going to put a big smiley face here. Your emotional state is very high. Now, this feels good. It feels good to be in this state. And you can stay in this state for a little bit, but then ultimately your emotional state starts to fall a little bit. And then we go into informed pessimism. Now you're informed about it, but you're thinking, okay, so in the gym example, you're like, wow, this is actually harder than I thought, or it doesn't fit into my schedule. It actually takes a lot of time to go to the gym 5 days a week or 7 days a week or whatever it is, but you're still doing it. You're thinking, man, it's kind of stressful to look for houses to flip, or to find tenants, or to find a realtor that I can trust, or whatever it is. So informed pessimism, you're gathering the data about what sucks about that you just started. If you started dating someone, you're like, you know what? It's kind of annoying that they pick their nose, or whatever it is. But the real trouble is when you keep going. At this point, you're still going to the gym, you're still dating this person, you're still investing in real estate. But as time continues on, it keeps going down because you are learning more of the bad things. Up here, you were informed optimism and you thought, wow, this person is perfect. They have no flaws. Or, wow, real estate investing is so easy. I can do it with none of my own money and no risk, and I'll just become super rich super fast. And if that's you, my last live, I talked all about how the gurus are lying to you and real estate investing is never that easy. The truth is, nothing is never that easy. And that's when you get into the valley of despair. Sad face, mega sad face. This is where people quit. If you're in this right now, it is so normal. Don't quit because, okay, so the valley of despair is when you're like, I've been going to the gym for 4 weeks and I haven't lost any weight. What the heck is going on? Or you've been dating this person for a year and maybe they haven't proposed to you and you're like, what the heck? Maybe he doesn't see a future with me. Or the valley of despair in real estate investing. And if you're new to me, I run one of the top real estate teams in the Texas area. So we work with a lot of investors and I see this all the time, especially with new investors. The valley of this despair is, wow, I just did my first flip and we actually lost money. Or, wow, I just did all of this work and stress to get my first tenant in my rental property and I'm only cash flowing $20 a month, or I'm actually even negative cash flowing. And in the valley of despair is when you want to quit. Now, if you're just hopping on, I'm talking about the one thing that will change everything you do, the mental framework to help you be successful and really to stop you from giving up, because the only way to really fail is to give up. If you do something long enough, you'll eventually just learn from all of your mistakes and be successful. But if you quit, you will fail. So the valley of despair is where most people fail. I've been there. This is in entrepreneurship, the shiny object syndrome. This is when you say, you know what, actually, I don't think I want to be a real estate agent. Maybe I will sell courses, or maybe I will sell coaching, or you know what, maybe I'll write a book instead. Maybe I will be an artist. This is the hard part. But if you can make it through the valley of despair, then you have, this is uninformed. That's a really big, it's a big piece of it. So that's uninformed optimism. Then here you're making your way towards informed optimism. You're going to the gym for a year now and you're saying, I'm not losing weight, but I used to be able to bench press 100 pounds and now it's 150. I'm actually seeing progress. It might not be the progress that I want, but you're recognizing what you've learned and you are optimistic because of it. So in the real estate investing example, it's wow, you know what? Maybe I got screwed on that last deal, but I really found an amazing real estate team, the elite team in Austin, Texas, and I know that I can trust them to help me on the next team, on the next deal. Or yes, maybe I lost money on this, but I learned so much and I know what not to do next time. And so I will skip this this whole thing. And then you go to success here. Yay, and this is a smiley face again. This is actually a bigger smiley face than the first one because the first one you're just excited about the potential for something. And here you actually have it. So this is really normal. And most people go through this probably multiple times a week or month, depends how many new things you're trying, but it is so, so normal. And again, it's just not talked about. Once you know it, you can stop yourself from quitting in the valley of despair. This is where a lot of people go and then they start over. Maybe you know that person that keeps dating someone for a while and they're like, this is the one, this is the one. And then they break up and then the 2 weeks later, like, oh my God, but this is the one, this is the one. Because this is really the fun part because you don't know about any of the bad stuff. So in the valley of despair, so many people just quit and restart. They start a new business or they find a new investment or they find a new company to work for or a new job or a new project, a new hobby, whatever it is. Because before you are actually in something, you don't realize how hard it is. And everything is hard. Again, I talk about this all the time because there are so many gurus out there that are selling you programs and selling you dreams that they want you to just get something for nothing. And you can't. That's not how life works. Things are hard. If you want anything worthwhile, is going to be hard. Whether that's raising a child, starting a business, becoming really successful in real estate investing, whatever it is, anything worthwhile is going to be hard. And if it wasn't hard, wouldn't be worthwhile. If everyone can do it, it's probably not going to be that meaningful. You know what I mean? So the key is to not quit here. Now, this is so important because when you don't know about this cycle, oftentimes you take it personally. You might say, in the dating example, I just can't find a good man. Now, that's a caveat because some people have bad taste in men and they seek out, whatever. We don't want to go down the road. Anyway, sometimes it is your fault. But most of the time, if you're just looking for something perfect, because when you're uninformed optimism, everything is perfect and sunny. Everything's a sunny day. So if you say, I'm going to just start this new business, I'm going to get into wholesaling because you know what? I took a course and they say wholesaling is a really easy way to make a lot of money in real estate. And then you're uninformed optimism, it gets a little bit hard. And then you go, you know what? Actually, no, I'm going to do flipping. I'm going to do flipping. And I heard that I can flip with none of my own money down. I can just get lenders, hard money lenders, and blah, 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 all that stuff to do it. And it's going to be amazing. I'm going to make $70,000 every single time I do it. I'm going to flip 10 houses a month. That's the sunshine. Then as you're doing, you're like, wow, this is actually hard. Wow, this is actually expensive. Wow, contractors actually sometimes suck. And wow, maybe I'm going to lose money. And then you're in the valley of despair. And then you say, okay, never mind. I'm going to go into long-term in real estate investing. I'm going to go into appreciation arbitrage, which I talked about last time also, which is using your equity as your homes appreciate to pull it out into long-term, pull it out into cash and then use that to buy more homes. And that expands. You say, okay, I'm going to do that. And then everything's going to be sunny. It's going to be so easy and fun. Yay, yay, yay. Smiley and the rainbow. And then you start doing it. And you're like, wow, this is actually taking longer than I thought. This is, this is a 10, 15-year plan instead of a 1-year plan. I'm impatient. And then you get into the valley of despair. And then if you know about this, this is what changes everything. If you know about this cycle of change, the emotional cycle of change, you can say, wait a second. Maybe the reason that all of these plans aren't working is because I'm not giving them enough time. And you can get out of that and keep working and get into informed optimism. And informed optimism is where you say, this is hard. This is taking longer than I thought, especially in today's society. Everything is instant gratification. Everything is like, I mean, I'm a marketer too. Everything is like, here's how to grow a huge brand on Instagram in 10 days. Here's how to lose 100 pounds in 10 days. Because you know what wouldn't sell? Here's how to lose 10 pounds in 3 years by consistently going to the gym and eating well and changing your self-belief about who you are and your identity about the kind of food that you eat and the exercise that you do. That's not sexy. It doesn't sell. But if you can get past the valley of despair and you know about it, you know it's not my fault. I'm not incapable. It's just something new that I'm trying. And if Alexander wakes up right now, I'm going to have to jump off, but he might go back to sleep. So informed optimism is when you say, this sucks, but I trust that I'm on the right path. I trust that every mistake is bringing me closer to my goal because I'm learning from it. And even if I lose money, and even if I make a bad investment, and even if this doesn't feel good today, I know that I will get the success that I want if I keep going. Now, let me know, have you experienced this before? It's in everything. And I mean, I notice it a lot in business because I have been an entrepreneur for over 10 years. I see it a lot in real estate. Even if you're just buying a home for you and your family, at first you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm gonna buy this house. It's gonna be so easy. And then you start doing it and you're like, wow, this is actually kind of hard. This is kind of stressful. This is a big deal, buying a house. Maybe I shouldn't do it. And then you get in the valley of despair and you quit. But if you stick with it and you keep going, you are successful and you have that house. So the biggest thing, he's awake, so I got to jump off in a second. The biggest thing I want you to know is the solution is recognize when you're in each of these stages. Jordan and I talk about this all the time to each other. When you're in these stages, say to myself, this is just uninformed optimism. Oh my God, I saw this TikTok today and it said you can blah, 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 blah. Hey, that's uninformed optimism. Maybe that plan does work, but it's probably not that easy. So just keep that in the back of your mind. It is so tempting to pivot in everything in life. And again, we live in a world of instant gratification and the world makes it so easy. If you're dating someone and you're in this uninformed optimism and then you get to informed pessimism, you can just swipe on 100 people in 5 minutes on a dating app. But if you recognize that, hey, I actually think I'm in the informed pessimism, maybe if I just keep going past the valley of despair, maybe if I just keep going, I'll remember that like not anyone is perfect and this guy is actually pretty cool or whatever, all businesses are hard and have bad days. And I actually, this is a good fit for my skill set. And this is where I want to go in my life. Or being a mom, who everyone has this. I mean, for me, I just made a post yesterday. I was like, what I didn't know about being a mom. And really the truth is everything. It's like, oh, I'm going to have this kid. Everything's going to be amazing. My life is going to just be amazing now with the baby. And then it's like, holy cow, having a baby is so hard. The valley of despair is like, wow, I'm not sleeping. I can't even eat because I'm busy with him all the time. Then you keep pushing. I mean, with a baby, you can't give him back. Not that I would ever. But when things are harder than you think they're going to be, it's so tempting to quit. And that's when you have to tell yourself, everything is going to be hard. And a lot of people compare where they're at to this new thing. So like if you're at a job that you don't like, you're probably, I mean, it depends where you're at. You might be in the informed optimism, which is over here. And then you see another job and you're like, oh, that job's going to be better. But once you go to that job, it's just because you don't know how annoying your coworkers are or how naggy your boss is or whatever. You just don't know it. You've been at this job for a while. So the solution is to just not take it personally, zoom out, look at the big picture, ask yourself if you're in this cycle. How many of you recognize this? When I learned about this, I was like, oh my God, I do this with everything because it's so easy. It's so easy to just feel like it's specific to that one thing or specific to you. And then you take it personally and then that erodes your confidence, which has a whole slew of negative consequences that are just not necessary. Like it's not your fault if your first flip didn't work or your second flip didn't work. It's because you were sold a dream and uninformed optimism. You believed it because you didn't know any better. But if you keep going, you'll get to informed optimism. And then if you really keep going, you'll get to success. So if you're in the middle of this cycle right now, whether it's motherhood, business, career, life transition, the gym is a big one, you're not failing. You're just in the mess of it. And if you keep going, you will get to the other side and you will get the success. It might not be as big or as flashy as your uninformed optimism because it was uninformed, but you will get there. You know, maybe you're not going to lose 30 pounds in 10 days, but you might lose 20 pounds in 6 months. I mean, wait, 5 pounds in 20 months or whatever. So keep going. You got this. If you're tempted to quit, just ask yourself, which stage am I in? And just tell yourself it's normal and that you're not alone. Sometimes that's all it takes, really, to have the strength to keep going, is just knowing that this is a normal part of the cycle. So if you want me to go live about more topics like this, let me know. Let me know what's something that you're struggling with. I geek out about all things business, entrepreneurship, real estate, of course, psychology, and now motherhood is a big lens I'm seeing things through. So let me know. Drop a heart if you liked this, if this resonated with you, if you're going to use this. And I got to go take care of my son. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you all soon.